Hello, this is Mariah Carter, the secretary of the Rotary Club at Fuquay Varina. This is my first year in here, just completing it and leading into year 2. I am blessed to be in the room with Charles McLaurin and Dr. Bob Johnson, who were the founders of this Rotary Club, which I'm very excited about.
Believe it or not, 40 years old. I had just formally met Dr. Bob. He was just out of school, I believe, and I had met him maybe a year before. And I was in the building business for 41 years, and there wasn't a great deal of building going around Fuquay, and so we did some development in Cary. Even the population of Cary at the time was 3,600 when we started there in 1964.
Wow.
But I was contacted by a banker that in the building business, it takes a lot of funds from wherever you can get it. So anyway, we were doing some business with a bank in Cary. And so John Hatcher was working with the bank, and then Ralph Ashworth with Ashworth Drugs in Cary was originally from Fuquay. And so the two of them contacted me and wanted to know that we'd like to be considered that Fuquay become a Rotary Club, have a Rotary Club. So they sent Charlie McCullough, who was the executive director for the Chamber of Commerce in Garner, but was a member of the Clayton Rotary Club and was a past district governor. Rotary Club in Fuquay is because of Charles, but it was Charles McCullough.
Not McLaurin.
Charlie was good, let me tell you. He put his whole self into seeing that we got off to a good start. Rotary was about service above self. Charlie laid out on the table when I met with him for breakfast that morning, first time, the idea was being introduced. And he put down service above self. He said, Charles, what do you think of that? I said, well, I like that. I said, that's a command that God gave us. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so he said, well, how would you like to be a part of an organization that would promote that? Mm-hmm. And I saw this as Dr. Bob, an extension of our faith. Mm-hmm. It's living out our faith.
Absolutely.
We can talk about it all we want to, but living it out is service above self. And so I began to think about who would share that concept that would also like to be involved in where they could give themselves. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty easy for me to find. We found 22, I believe, in the community. At that time, it was encouraged that you get business leaders and so forth, which Rotary was started from. When Paul Harris started in Chicago, he invited 4 of his friends into his office, and they met at different offices, and that's where the name Rotary came from, rotating between offices.
Can you explain who Paul Harris is to those who don't know who
Paul Harris was the first president of Rotary, period. The key to this club and the key to any club is leadership, consistent leadership. Another time, we had one that took a very hard line, demanding. He was not very diplomatic. He was not very convincing. He was demanding, and it didn't go over with these business guys. Mm-hmm. They resisted, and we had a bad year. Mm-hmm. We need to learn from our past to prepare better for the future.
Agreed.
In all things, and especially in Rotary. Be sure you have good leadership. Be sure you have leadership. And I didn't see, when I hated to do it, but when I saw, will he contribute to what Paul Harris had in mind?
Yeah.
Inviting people that he knew of like-minded, that he would like to mingle with, that he would like to talk with individually and share life with and to build each other up. I didn't see him being that person. I'd had an experience, at least one, with that person. He's not a person really I want to go to lunch with, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think that's still important, that we be sure we bring in, and I'm glad that we have. I'm not singling out anybody that I wish hadn't come now. Don't get that, but it's important that we analyze each one, know that person in some manner, that we are keeping our club a group that get together.
Yes.
For purpose and for service.
What do you hope they never lose sight of? What would you hope that me and Daniel don't lose sight of?
Don't lose sight of service above self. Don't get off yourself and get on somebody else to do service for.
Yeah, 4-way test and service above self. It's just recommendation to them and new members coming into the club is make sure you hold Rotary International's feet to the fire to the 4-way test and not digress from that.
Very giving, service above self, the foundation of Rotary. In 50 more years, what would you hope they remember?
I think our school system promoting by Rotary, again, reigniting. We were getting into the schools at one time. We had some Rotaract.
Yes, Rotaract, yeah.
In my opinion, the best way to ensure Rotary is a long term is to get into the schools, get the children when they're young. I commend
Deborah?
yes, last meeting, she did a super job of
Jasmine.
exposing Rotary to those children that were there.
Ryan
I mean,
and
she did a
Jasmine.
super job.
Yeah, Ryan's been
And we
awesome.
need to do more of that, and we need to be in the schools doing it, getting a club started. If you get a Rotary Act club started in the schools that are promoting service above self, they're your next Rotary members, and we got to make a U-turn on the way we're going in society, and
I
this
agree.
way Rotary can take a part in it is in the young people.
Yeah.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, with regards to that question, legacy 50 years from now, I would love people to look back and say, well, why were they still successful after 50 years of starting a club? And I'll go right back to what I said a while ago. They believed and they implemented it and they lived out the ideals of Rotary. Service above self, four-way test, and they did people right. And as a result of that, they were successful.